Chapter 1. Starting a Conversation with Your Creator. The one thing that is missing from millions of self-improvement seminars is that you can have a personal relationship with your Creator, and that this will make the rest of your ride so much better. It is omitted from religious paths that relate to God as a distant, vague concept, only of worship rather than friend, guide, or an intimately personal experience. It is absent from quote-unquote science that focuses only on mechanistic processes of the material universe. I know too many people who profess an understanding of spirituality, vibration, energy, telepathy, paranormal events, and so on, but never once mentions the Creator, capital C. My favorite Bible verse is, "Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these things shall be added unto you." The most important thing you will learn is that you can have casual conversations and a personal relationship with the highest source of all sources. I started decades ago and still do it to this day, commonly once or twice a month, sometimes more or less, not on a schedule, spontaneously. It's no ritual, technique, or exercise, no discipline, doctrine, dogma, or method. It's a conversation, as with a friend. There are no petitions, prayers, intentions, requests, or demands, although I may do those at other times. Just as with a friend, I share about my week or what's on my mind. Sometimes I sit in silence and listen for what my Creator wishes to share with me. If you sit in silence for a while, you are restored to well-being, because you have become receptive to all the good your Creator has in store for you. The further away you are from the abundant goodness flowing to you, the more hectic and restless you are. Then you go through the motions, the rat race, and think you have to do it all on your own. I was created to commune with God, and so were you. Failing to commune with God means to miss a vital aspect of existence. I might humbly ask how I can be of better service, or ask questions. The more specific, the better. I might communicate what I heard, saw, and felt that day. It's like any other conversation, except this one is with the ultimate, capital U. Your Creator has infinite attention. Don't assume that you are wasting your Creator's time. Your Creator takes great joy in speaking to humans. Why? Well, if you created these fascinating beings with their own free will and the potential to develop in unexpected directions, wouldn't you also be thrilled if they acknowledge your existence and reach out to you? In these talks, serenity, unlike anything else, fills me. Sometimes the response from my Creator takes on the form of pulses of joy sent my way. Some responses are received in the form of thoughts or night dreams. In rare cases, I've also heard a voice speak out loud in the room. That can be startling, but don't worry, if you can't handle this, you won't hear it. I don't need these out-loud voices as proof of something happening, but they sure helped in my inspiration for this book. Receiving specific beneficial answers also helped. When answers become increasingly specific and practical, beyond what psychics or AI could give, then you know you have struck spiritual gold. The advice I've received in these conversations has been the best received anywhere, and requires no intermediate, no belief system, no denomination. It's all free. We are told that our channel to our Creator is only open if we subscribe to one of the big belief systems and follow its rituals. But how can that be true if every human is created by the same source and granted access rights by birth? You were created by an act of love between two people. It is written that God breathed His Spirit into you, and so you have a part of God within you. That's what gives you the access by nature, regardless of what belief system you grew up in, and yes, regardless of what you've done in your life. Now wait a minute. Does that mean that I can lead a life of violence and crime and still have access privileges to my Creator? Yes, you have your Creator in you. It's nature. Nothing you do can change that. That doesn't mean your Creator approves of your transgression. That's not what you were created for. It doesn't mean you won't experience the fruits of your behavior. You will. But your Creator's will is to commune with you and to lead you onto the path envisioned or destined for you. No matter how low you have sunken, you can always reach out and call upon your Creator for help. Your call will never be denied. This is inbuilt into the system by default, and that is very good news. Instead of seeking validation and confirmation from this book, I recommend you start this conversation now. Start now and continue for the rest of your life and beyond. That's right, we continue our dialogue with the Most High in the afterlife. What's beyond the afterlife? Well, ask your Creator, and you'll receive an answer. I'm not saying all belief systems are true or valid or in equal standing. Far be it from me to claim such a thing. Belief systems come for many different stages of development. If I were to tell you which belief systems are higher versus lower, it may cause great offense. But I don't need to, because you have a direct phone line to heaven, regardless of who you are. You are heavenly royalty, a divinely created being. Having this basic understanding of yourself changes the game of life. I'm also not claiming that you can cause harm to others without that affecting your phone line to heaven. But these are topics you can discuss with your Creator. You don't need me as an intermediate. How would you start such a conversation? Some of you are not sure such a Creator even exists, so it may feel like speaking into the void or making a fool of yourself. Does it feel awkward to speak into an empty room? But the room is not empty. Your eyes only see a small bandwidth of reality. They are not to be trusted when it comes to defining what is and is not real. With some practice, you get used to it. After a couple of conversations, it feels natural and you wonder how you have ever doubted. Even atheists and agnostics can speak to their Creator. In fact, they yearn to. Have you ever noticed how atheists talk about God much more than believers? They have a desire to reconnect with their source even more than others. And the proof, quote-unquote, they seek is found in exactly the kind of conversation I am teaching here. Some are afraid they are speaking to a lesser spirit than the Most High. It's a valid fear. As I said, the room is not empty. Beings or spirits roam the earth and are more eager to pick up on and respond to you in the airwaves. Who picks up on your conversation and responds is determined by the intentions of your heart. Any human who signals a sincere wish to speak to the Most High will not receive something different back. That's not how the universe works, as you will learn soon enough. And yes, there are lesser entities that are quote-unquote channeled or called or summoned and consulted. Countless people practice this. I advise against it. Conversations with your Creator is much higher quality than channeling. Unlike channeling, you are not asked to let a foreign entity into your body. You are not asked to do something. You do not change your voice, your vibration. You don't need to change who you are, and you're not asked to make a deal. You do not need to go into a trance, meditate, or adjust your state. Your Creator requires none of these things. Just like a friend, you simply begin talking. Do I need to be religious to do this? No, I'm not religious. I don't adhere to a specific doctrine. I'm simply a human being who enjoys higher company. A great many religious texts are true and beautiful. But there's also a distorted aspect to religion when it takes away from the personal experience and relationship you can have with your Creator. I got the idea for this book because I learned of students of mine who were having conversations with AI. They were asking AI for advice, using AI for coaching, even having AI impersonate me, Fred Dodson. I was given screenshots of those conversations. They were all, without exception, generic and mostly useless. No real present-time wisdom can come from a machine that merely copies thoughts, even if those thoughts are accumulated from billions of people, and no matter how advanced AI becomes. Even if an answer is factually correct, it is not necessarily what a person needs to hear at that moment for the evolution of their soul. One student had been taught by an AI impersonating me after days of conversation that his problem was in seeking validation. He wasn't getting the validation he thought he needed from his wife, friends, and business associates, and AI then taught him strategies to get validation. I cracked up in laughter. It's the exact opposite of what I would have taught. But he was convinced the AI program had successfully mimicked me. Why do you need validation in the first place? I made mockery of it. The only time you need validation is when you're getting a parking ticket, I laughed. You might find me rude for making fun of this, but it's symptomatic of so many other cases in which people have gone astray by relying on AI, on discarnate entities, or on cheap advice. Of course, not all advice is bad. I've received some useful advice from people and even from AI. For instance, I had AI recommend tennis shoes to me and they work really well. But nobody knows you better than your Creator. So why not go to the source of all things more often? AI is the attempt to mimic the all-seeing, all-knowing, omniscient, and omnipresent. And it's a poor copy. Unfortunately, AI is supplanting people's communication with their Creator because this knowledge and skill is all but forgotten among the general populace. Before AI could become so successful, they first had to let people forget their open line to heaven. I wondered, why are they consulting with a human-created automation? One level above that is to consult with humans. Another level higher is to consult with expert humans who have achieved what they want to achieve. And the highest level of communication is to consult with the highest source in the universe. It's not my job to discuss whether such a creator exists. If you don't believe in God, then this book will give you nothing. Put it aside and focus on things you do believe in. But if you do know that in moments of silence there is something there, something higher than self, then this book is for you.